The Monica Makes It Happen podcast is proudly supported by Ponce Bank.
Welcome to the Monica Makes It Happen podcast, supported by Ponce Bank. I'm Monica Morales. We spotlight the people and partners lifting families, building communities, and changing lives across New York City. Today, we're focusing on the power of community banking and affordable housing. My two favorite things. We have a big boss in our studios. That's why we're here. Jorge, we don't normally do it here, but we're doing our podcast here because of you. Let me tell a little bit about him. We're talking about how Ponce Bank helped Maddd Equities grow into a major force for housing and opportunity. Their partnership shows that when vision meets the right financial support, entire neighborhoods can transform. What an honor to have Jorge Madruga here, the founder and managing principal of Maddd Equities, in our studios. Jorge, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You know, we're going to do 3 different segments, if you don't mind, and I want to hear about your story. Everyone's talking about affordability and affordable housing. You've been talking about that, well, for decades now. So I'm going to talk to you about your story and how you're creating solutions to our affordable housing, your partnership with Ponce Bank, and how our viewers can get their hands on that affordable housing. So first off, Jorge, what a story you have. I'm always about the story. 11-year-old boy from Cuba coming to America with a dream.
Yeah, that is the real American dream. You know, we came with my family in 1980 from Cuba. My brother, my sister, my mom, my cousin, and we all came on a boat from Cuba in 1980. I stayed in Florida for a couple of years and then moved to New York and stayed in New York in a neighborhood called Jackson Heights, Queens, where I met Ponce de Leon Bank. I mean, and you know, I'm here because of Ponce. To be honest, right? The support that they gave me early on was the real reason why I'm here, and I'm able to do the rest of the stuff that I'm doing, because they supported me when I was just a small developer. Where doing smaller deals and buying homes and fixing them, and they really supported me at that time, where maybe other banks, bigger banks, wouldn't look at a developer like me, which is just starting. And Ponce Erasto Torres, who was the head of the bank at the time, and Steve Tavares, who runs the bank at the time, and still involved, of course, you know, really took a liking to me, really supported me throughout my career early on. And that's what gave me the ability to continue to do what I'm doing today, which is a lot of affordable housing.
A lot. I mean, that is an understatement. And I love it. Me too. Ponce Bank believed in my show. And so we're both in that same boat, and we both want to help the community. Why is this such a passion for you? Do you think it's that little boy? It goes from your childhood to here?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think the struggle that we came with nothing, from Cuba and coming to America and saying, like, how we're going to make it in this country and how we're going to do it. I think we need more of those stories. I think the immigrant story is how we build America, in my opinion, and that's, I would love for that to continue, right? That's what we're fighting for, to continue to do that. And so have people like me who had nothing, who really didn't, I wanted to be an architect when I was going to school, and I started a small construction company and fixing a home and then selling a home and then building houses, and then from houses went to apartment buildings and apartment buildings to affordable housing, and learned every step of the way how to create, and it became a real passion to show people that had no housing where to live, showing like, how can we make your life better? And we've done that. We've built a little bit over 12,000 units of affordable housing.
12,000 units, and I think 2,000 to come.
2,000 current in the ground right now. We just finished a development in Inwood, New York, that's 611 units, that we got about 88,000 applications.
This is incredible.
For rental.
So how many applications again? Just say that one more time.
88,000.
88,000 for these units. That's how badly our viewers need them.
Yes.
What can you tell them? I mean, and first of all, those zeros that you say is because of Ponce Bank.
It's because of Ponce Bank. I mean, I started, if I didn't start and they didn't give me the opportunity that they gave me, I'm not sure that I would be here today.
You wouldn't be sitting here talking to me.
I would not be here sitting.
If it wasn't for Ponce Bank.
I may have been an architect. I may have been working, in a construction job or having a smaller company. But I think they helped me to get that start, right? To have that first deal, that they were really aggressive on supporting me. And that deal became something that was very successful for me. And that was the initial of the investment that I took to continue to buy more housing and more development. And, that's really started me And that's why I'm here today to speaking to you on behalf of Ponce, because they're part of me.
What's the secret sauce? I mean, you talk about giving back. I see this common thread with a lot of the CEOs that I meet. It's not about, more and more and more. It's about give, give, give. Is that the secret sauce to all of this, or what's the secret sauce?
It really is who you're hanging out with, who you surround yourself with is who you are. And for me, I was very lucky enough to again have Ponce as a partner, right, and learning from them, and learning from other partners that I surrounded myself with, learning how development works, learning whatever it is that you want to do in life, right. You have to surround yourself with good people who want more, because if you don't do that, you're not gonna have the aggressiveness of trying to create, and it's all about risk. At the end of the day, I'm not that smart. It's just I'm a risk taker. I'm totally a risk taker. And
you're not afraid to look bad.
I'm not afraid to look back.
That's what I'm like. You can't be afraid to look bad. Yep. You can't be afraid to make mistakes. I tell my children that all the time. But it's one thing to do it, see, and you're doing it in big ways. And we are going to go to our first commercial. When we come back, we're going to talk more about affordable housing. I know that's what you really want to hear about, all the affordable housing that Jorge is making, and how Maddd Equities, in partnership with Ponce Bank, is really making it happen. That's next. Okay, we're back with Jorge Madruga, the founder and managing principal of Maddd Equities, right here in our studios. I want you to share a little bit about the personal stories. You talk about the massive impact that you have in affordable housing, but it's those everyday stories. I mean, is it overwhelming sometimes to think that you're helping thousands of people in our city stay in our city across the 5 boroughs?
Yeah, 100%. It's a big responsibility to have employees that we have. And you're just starting from, forget about the tenants, which are the most important part, because that's who we're building for.
Yeah.
But the amount of job creation that we're doing, construction jobs and supers and porters and security guards and, all different type of jobs that we're creating, all the retail that we're putting into these buildings, which also create immense amount of jobs, right? That is a responsibility. And I feel like, all those people I'm responsible for, because I'm creating something that is going to make those people have jobs, right? And even though I'm a big supporter of affordable housing, I'm a bigger supporter of creating jobs, because I think we need to get our people out of affordable housing so they can pay normal rents, right? Regular rents.
Yes.
And that's how I think.
I've never heard it put that way before. Like, you've kind of opened up part of my brain to that. That is so true, because when you create jobs, you're changing lives as well. So it's a win-win situation that you're creating. How do your goals align with Ponce Bank's goals?
I mean, Ponce was an amazing partner for me early on in the beginning. As the deal started to get large, really, we they couldn't participate. They were more of a local bank at the time, right? When I started 30 years ago, really, my relationship goes back with Ponce. And they were a smaller bank, not a public bank. They were, more of a small commercial bank that would support a lot of entrepreneurs like us and people like me. So I think, I grew out of them, to be honest, right? We grew out of the relationship because our deals were, tax credit deals and bond deals, and City of New York was involved in a lot of those deals, and the bigger banks will do those, JP Morgan's of the world, Wells Fargo of the world, right? Citibank, those are the partners that we have a lot in the affordable housing world. We do need those smaller banks to create people like me. We need, those smaller banks to be around to support the smaller developer, the small entrepreneur that is coming up that needs the support. So, it's harder to get that from the larger banks.
Yeah. And let's talk about the red tape. I just spoke with the HPD commissioner, and they're trying to work on that. But I can't stand the red tape, just helping my viewers get affordable housing. I can't imagine what you're seeing. I love your perspective on possible solutions to our housing crisis. What do you think immediately, let's say if someone's coming in and could just wave a magic wand and fix things, what would you think is some of the obstacles in the way and solutions? I always love solutions.
Yeah. I think the rezoning process, the ULIP process of the City of New York, which I've done about 15 of them in the City of New York, 15 ULIPs, which means a rezoning where you're turning in a land that is manufacturing to residential. You know, when I started, my first rezoning took me 9 months, right? St. Anne's Avenue, we built 641 units at that rezoning, and it took 9 months for that ULIP to happen. Today, we're talking about 3 to 4 years to get the same type of rezoning. I
was going to say 9 months sounds actually pretty good
very
compared
fast at that time. Yeah, that was 25 years ago.
But why 9? See, when people hear that, they're going to be outraged because they need homes. And so immediately the city, there's problems there, right? So 9 months to 3 years, how do we fix that?
3 to 4 it could be. So I think with AI and all the technology coming in the world today, you know, I think it could get better. You know, so I think it will help. You know, and I know they're working towards that. City planning is, and a lot of different folks at the city agencies are trying to do that, and that will definitely help have more land and more flexibility on building affordable housing on empty lots around the Bronx, around Brooklyn, around New York City.
So I'm already putting my request in here live on TV to be able to see some of the new affordable housing. I want to wear the hard hat. I think your team's listening to me right now. What's the future? Tell me about some of the future projects. You said 2,000 to come. My audience is listening. Yep. What do you want to tell them about the 2,000 to come?
Look, I want to participate with the new administration. You know, new administration wants to do 200,000 units. I'm good for at least 20,000 of those. Oh. I could build 10% of those. And you know, I'm happy to partner. I'm happy to partner with the new administration and do that. But I do think it's partners, right? We have to have great partners, right? Nonprofit partners that will work with us to do that. I do think that we need to elevate everybody around us. It's not just about me as a developer. We have to figure out how to work together and elevate people that are in the development with us, including those nonprofits that partner up with us. You know, and that's the best way to do it.
Right?
That is 100%.
The social work, I call it, because you need the social work surrounding the new housing. That's what the success is.
It's a public-private relationship that needs to include the community, needs to include partners in the community that we can elevate and you know, for them to be able to do better, because once they do better, it's the multiplier effect. They'll be able to do more and more and more, and that's the way I think about it, right? So we'd love to be part of this new goal for a new administration to build 200,000 units, and we're hopefully going to be part of that.
And when banks invest in people, when you invest in people, that's what makes the neighborhood rich, if you want to use that word, right? And Ponce Bank is funding these kind of projects, and you've seen it firsthand. Is that what usually happens if you believe in people and you believe in that, you know, the potential?
Yes, I'm proof of that. So I'm definitely 100% believer of that, and that's the way I live my life every day, trying to help people and try to elevate people around me, because that's the only way they're going to be able to have a multiplier effect, the way they can help a lot more people. It's not about who I touch; it's everybody that I touch. Who else can they touch, and so on and so on. And if we could do that, if all of us could do that, we'll have a better world.
I love this. And so we're going to go to a commercial, our next commercial. When we come back, we're going to come back with Maddd Equities, the boss, and we're going to talk about, I promised you, I always promise, how are you going to get this affordable housing, a little bit more about the properties, and then our little speed round. That's after the break. Okay, we're back, and I have to say, Jorge, we've kind of dangled this to our viewers. Again, is it Housing Connect? Is that Housing Connect the way people can apply for your affordable housing?
Yes, correct. Yeah, we have 2 lotteries going right now. One at 202 Tillery Street in Brooklyn.
Well, that's in the heart of Brooklyn. That's a great location.
Brooklyn, where we're building 472 units, where 120 of them are affordable housing, and it's part of a lottery, and they're right in downtown Brooklyn.
Great spot.
So that's one, and then the Inwood project, which is 611 units.
Hot neighborhood.
100% affordable housing.
Did you say 100%?
100%
I love when he
housing.
says 100%. Okay, and it's affordable housing. Tell me more.
For AMIs are 27% to 100% of AMI. And we have a supermarket on the base of that building, Food Bazaar, a 40,000 square foot supermarket. And we're hopefully going to have a Dominican Cultural Center coming there soon as well.
A cultural center? That's amazing. And I love that you mentioned the grocery store, because you need to have a grocery store nearby if you have a family. Let's say you're a mom with small children. Biggest advice if someone is struggling to get that affordable housing? I mean, we need more Jorges. We need you, like you said, the 20,000 mark. What do you tell them? What kind of hope can you give them?
I mean, to be able to pick affordable, you have to apply for every lottery. You try
Everything,
for everything.
okay.
Apply for everything because there's such a demand for these units that it really is. You know, how quickly, when you hear that it's a lottery coming online, go and apply immediately because it is a lottery, but it's you know, it comes, whoever applies early is going to get a call earlier. So it really is, as you see this, as you see these lotteries.
That was a good tip. Early bird catches the worm.
That's right.
I saw that firsthand with a veteran recently. He saw construction. Can you believe it's in his neighborhood and he needed a home? And he immediately did research and he was persistent. He kept on it with his social worker. And that's how he got the affordable housing. He didn't give up. So is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
And fill out a form, I'm sure.
Learn about what's going on in the neighborhood, learn about which projects are coming up, and as soon as those projects hit, and there is you know, news articles and there's advertisement when they're going to come up with a lottery. So they do give you some time for you to apply before the lottery closes. But the minute you know that the lottery is happening, go and apply.
Life-changing.
Yeah, for sure. For some people, definitely is, you know, very much life-changing.
Because, you know, we give homes to our viewers, and that's some of the hardest jobs that I have on camera. And when they go into new homes, do you see that transformation almost immediately happen? It's almost like, I remember one of the moms that I helped get a new home with her son, Maria. When she gets that new home, she got a scholarship to CUNY. Her son went into a mag. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that it gives you a place, a stable place to call home. And I don't know if you have housing insecurity in your past. I do. And when not knowing where you're going to sleep, if you don't have furniture, you don't have food in the fridge, that creates such mental stress for children and for families. And when you take that off of them and you give them just this hope, which is a home, you're changing lives, Jorge.
100%, 100%. And I did have housing insecurity as I was younger. You know, in Florida, when we first got here, we started in the first apartment, and then how are we going to pay the rent? And you know, one of the things that I strive for was, as I grew up, I said my mother would never pay rent. Whatever.
Your mom will never pay rent.
Yeah.
It's making you choke up. It's making me choke up.
So you know, that's how I live my life, and that's how I want to continue.
Now, she doesn't pay rent, right?
She's not here anymore, but yeah, I was able to create the dream and have her buy the house from her, and you know, that was the American dream for me.
For her?
Yeah, so
we
it was
need
great.
to see a picture of this house and
course.
your mom, and people are going to want to see that. Same story for me. My mom bought her first home. She is in heaven now, but isn't it funny? Like if it's, I don't want to say emotional, it is historical. If it's a passion, it is historical. You are probably fighting for your mom every time when you place someone in an affordable home. I know I'm fighting for my mom, and it's in the eyes that you can tell that we're all related, we're all one, so we're all helping each other thrive.
That's correct.
No tears on my shirt. You're making me cry. You're making me cry. But it's such an emotional thing, especially the immigrant story. You know, my mom coming here with nothing, and her dream was to own a home, and she was able to accomplish it before she died. You know, thank goodness for that. And then
congratulations on that. It's
thank
amazing.
you, and passing the financial literacy and empowerment too. See, and then she allowed it pushed you to be this great developer and great friend of our community. Jorge, you know we're going to have to do more stories with you now. Speed round quickly. Biggest success in your life? Biggest success?
My family, my kids,
didn't even
my granddaughters.
Oh, you have a granddaughter?
2 granddaughters.
Wow, he's a grandpa.
Amazing.
Congratulations. I'm throwing this at him in surprise. Now, next guest. Who do you think I should have on my next? This is how I book my next.
Got it. I mean, you did say you had, Ahmed was the HPD commissioner that you had here?
Yes, I had him on. He's been on many times.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. I'm going to give you, a partner of mine, Eli Weiss from Joy Construction, very involved in affordable housing, and the ins and out of affordable. And we're working together on figuring out how we help the administration create more affordable housing, and how we help them come up with new ideas. So he would be a great guy for you to bring on.
Does it feel like it's a new day for New York City? Do you feel like we're going to, a lot of people are nervous, but a lot of people are hopeful. And talking to you, it sounds like you feel the best is yet to come.
Definitely. I mean, look, I started when Giuliani had all these lots in Ram, and we were able to buy all these small lots, and then all of those lots became affordable housing, right? It's a little different world today because there's so many people trying to build affordable housing, and it's all about what's special about your project. You need to create something special. It's not just about housing, it's how do we connect the jobs, the retail, the type of affordable housing, the partnership that you create with those nonprofits, So I think if you do all of that and you make a project exciting about, something exciting about that project, I think that's the biggest hurdle. The pipeline of affordable housing today is so large, so everybody's trying to do it, that you need something extra. It's not just affordable. You need to combine it with job creation, with nonprofit uses, whether it's a cultural center, a training center, something else, a food basically restaurant, some type of retail that would create jobs for the community. I think that's how you make affordable successful.
We don't talk enough about is the heart part too, the heart. You have a heart for the community. And I love that you're thinking holistically almost, not just, the practical sense of we need to get them a home.
Yep.
You're thinking about the entire human being that's moving in. And that's what I think is exciting maybe about this new affordable housing that I'm seeing. And some of these places look incredible. I mean, it is, my dream is to have a show. So I already have a lot of shows, but I would love to have just a show dedicated to affordable housing. We've never seen it before. And partnering with, of course, the city and Maddd is going to be a regular, but you have to be a regular too. You are incredible. Your story hopefully will inspire others. If there's one message you want someone to get from your story today?
Don't lose hope. There is opportunity out there. I know it's different times than 30 years ago when I started, but I think you need to take risks in life, and live your dream. You're young today. Do it today. Don't wait. Take risks today.
I love that. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Right, to do it. Well, affordable housing is really hard. You make it look so easy and glamorous, but we know it's a lot of hard work. We appreciate that you're on the right side of things and you're helping our communities rise. Thank you, Jorge, for being on.
Thank you.
It was a nice conversation, and you'll be back, I'm sure. And thank you for watching, and thank you, Ponce Bank, for always being an incredible partner. We're making it happen together. See you next time.